Hey guys, so the stock market is closed, and we will discuss in this video how this impacts us, what are the possible implications, is this actually good, what are the pros and cons, what's going to happen, what do you think will happen to the markets. By the way, this is something that's unprecedented. This is the first time that I experienced the market closing down for an indefinite period of time. So please remember, the market is closed today, but there's no specific timetable yet up until when the market will be opened. And here's the thing, even in the 2008 recession, this never happened. We never saw the market start to close down. Even when there was SARS, even when there was MERS, the market never closed down. Even in the 1997 Asian financial crisis, there was never this uncertainty up to when the markets will be closed. So please remember that this may sound good, that it has somehow tempered whatever panic is there, but let me tell you also, there will always be pros and cons to it, and there will always be winners and losers in all of these things. That's why this video is here to show you the things that you need to consider also based on this closure as well. First things first, and I'm sure this is what a lot of people are thinking, that we may have dodged a bullet, because as of last night, the Dow Jones Industrial Index was massively down. It was down almost 13%. We saw the Dow Jones hit 20,188 upon closing. Please remember this. People, just I think less than 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, the entire U.S. market was it hitting all-time highs. They were hitting high upon high upon high upon high. Now it's on the backs of a bear market too, and it massively going down today, we would have followed for sure that our market, the Philippine Stock Exchange, would have been pummeled, closed, and massively down as well, wiping out a lot of our market cap. Please remember, we have been down, we have been bearish massively way before the US markets have dropped. We've been bearish months upon months, from the trade war because people were taking money out, from all of the issues that we had locally from last year. We have been down, we have been bearish. So this closure helped us dodge a bullet of sorts, no, that we're somehow insulated from what's happening around the world as well. But please note this as well, that it's not just the stock market that's closed. The bond market will also be closed as well. So the PDEX fixed income will also be closed. So stocks closed, bonds closed. What does that mean also? How does this impact your investments? Please remember, majority of the people investing in the stock market and the bond market, majority of the money, majority of the volume are institutions. What does that mean? It means that also mutual funds and UITFs are also closed. So meaning, you can, even if the market is massively down, massively cheap, and you are a very long-term investor, then there's no way for you to be able to enter. There's no way for you to be able to position. And please remember this also. I feel also for the people who are working. I know this is something that's very important, that to prevent the spread of the virus, it's good that everyone stays at home. But I hope that people who are working in the PSE, brokerage firms, brokers, insurance advisors, mutual fund agents, that while all of this is happening, I hope that you guys are good, you guys are well, especially those who are commission based. I hope that you have enough income to be able to protect you and hedge you. But as this is close, of course, people will lose income. The fact that people na nga na that provide food for these entities, these businesses, won't have any businesses, you will see that there will be a longer ripple effect in all of this, not just for the stock market industry as a whole, but the other industries that services and provides for it as well. So how does this impact us as investors? If you need the money, you need cash. That means you cannot redeem your funds. You cannot take your money out. You cannot be liquid. That's why I've been saying this over and over and over, and I've been harping this, that uh, it would be very very prudent that you have cash at this point in time, that it would be very very prudent that your money stored somewhere else. It would be very very prudent that nakatabi ka ng pera, that you were able to withdraw. Either you have cash in the bank or you already have cash with you right now, so that when you need the money, and given that financial markets are closed, you have something that you can use. On a normal given day, since mutual fund stocks, bonds, UITFs are generally liquid, you can easily take it out. But since they're closed, you can only rely on the money that you have in the bank right here, right now. And what does this also mean if you're investing in stocks and you have bonds? If you have stocks, common shares with dividends, you won't be able to receive your dividends since everything is closed. If you have preferred shares, same thing. You won't be able to receive your preferred shares. If you have bonds, you have IMAs, you have other items that are earning interest, you won't be able to receive interest income from it as well. So that's what I want to highlight here also. For those who are relying on this as passive sources of income, I would suggest that you source your money elsewhere first. You need to use your cash first. You need to use your emergency funds. You need to use other sources of your cash to be able to hedge you. So we don't know how long this will drag. So if it drags only for 2 weeks, 1 month, then well and good, because it really won't impact those who are relying specifically on passive income from preferred shares and dividends. But if it drags on longer, then we may see that it may have an issue. So again, the PSE made a disclosure yesterday that they are closing primarily because they want their employees to be safe. They want everyone in the building also to be safe. Again, we are also at a critical point that if this doesn't get contained as early as possible, if this doesn't get contained now, then we might see an explosion of people getting sick, people getting contaminated by this. And prevention is always better than cure, and doing this also will prevent widespread panic. This will prevent what's happening in Italy. Like what was happening in Italy, please remember that we are not well equipped. We don't have enough beds. We don't have enough hospitals to contain should the outbreak continue to push forward. So we need to flatten the curve, and I think that's the move of this. This is a move over the short term that will destroy our economy for the short term, but this is a move to make humanity better, to save humanity, to make people to prevent people from getting sick. So I believe that's what the stance of the PSE is for as well. So now the next thing that people are asking is this: have we really dodged the bullet since the market is closed, since the market is not going anywhere? Did we really protect ourselves from what could possibly happen? Two things. Please remember this: if by the time the PSE opens and the market is bad, sentiment is bad, we see no changes yet. The economy is bad, economy is losing money, people are losing jobs. Please remember also that it's not just about the coronavirus also. It's also about, since we're investing in the stock market, it's also about how the businesses in the stock market will perform, or at least how people perceive the businesses on those on the stock market will perform. So if these companies are losing money based on what's happening here, or people perceive that it's not so rosy and everything in the global economy is not doing so well, you can expect when the market opens that there might be a very, very large gap down, especially if the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, Nasdaq, global markets are still down, being pummeled and going down as well. So it's not entirely true that we dodge something. It's not entirely true that we are also protected. But if sentiment is still bad by the time the market opens, then you can expect the market to massively go down. Another thing that people need to be concerned about is also this: if foreigners want to stay liquid, foreign funds, foreign institutions want to stay liquid, then they will have to sell. They'll have to get out of their positions. For them to get out of their positions, they would need to sell, meaning more sellers bring the prices down. So it's also possible that when markets open and funds still want to get out, or for example mutual funds, please remember this. I mentioned a while ago that if you have mutual funds and UITFs, you cannot withdraw your money. When the market opens and a lot of people have mutual funds, UITFs start to redeem, same thing. The fund managers would have to sell, and it will bring markets down as well. So it's not entirely true that we've dodged it. If sentiment is bad and people are selling, then the markets will just continue to go down as well. So I think that's the most negative side into all of this, that we if things are not turning so well, we could expect the market to drop even further. Next, on a more positive note, though, I've been seeing a lot of news reports already that a cure, a vaccine is already being developed. That they're doing some tests already. Some laboratories in Israel, some labs in Australia, some companies in the US also are creating vaccines for this, or at least medicines, a way that this can be prevented. That's that's true. If a cure is found during this entire period, then well and good. What happens basically is this: there might be a shift in sentiment, people might start to buy, markets will rally up. Or when the market opens and then the curve has flattened, the infection globally has flattened, we're seeing cases just continually drop in terms of its growth, and you see more and more people getting healed, people recovering from all of this. Then I think markets will rally because of that. Again, at this point in time, it's all because of sentiment. At this time, also, the degree of how markets have dropped, I think there's an impact in the economy, but the degree of how markets and stocks have dropped already is largely sentiment driven. But again, at the end of the day, that's what the stock market is. The reason why we signed up for the stock market is we want to take advantage of the volatility. We want to take advantage of the swings. We want to take advantage of it pushing up. But at the end of the day, also, the swings, the volatility, pushing up also has its negative side effects when things are negative, when things are not going so well, when things are not going the way we want it to be. And because of that, there's also a possibility of larger drops as well. So there. So again, a more pessimistic, a more optimistic slash positive scenario is when the markets open, we could see a rally. If things turn sour and the markets need to open already, then there will be a large gap down. Please remember, this cannot stay on forever because there's a large set of funds also relying on the market. And should people need to be liquid, there will be pressures on it already to open as well. So I guess we're living in different times. The best thing that we can do, we cannot control the market being open. We cannot control what's going to happen to the virus. But what you can do is just to stay at home. What you can do is to keep yourself safe. The biggest thing that I can tell you is this, and people have been saying wear masks, bring alcohol, etc. But wash your hands. That's one of the biggest things that you can ever do, and make your immune system strong. Just take a lot of vitamins. Vitamin C is very important because it will boost your immune system. That even if you get the virus, but your immune system is strong, you can beat the virus like any other disease that's out there. Let your immune system beat it. So if there's one thing that I'll tell you, make your immune system as strong as possible. And aside from that, financially, prepare, hedge. If you don't have enough cash right now, make your expenses very low. And it's good na hindi nakakalabas yung mga tao because that means you'll probably spend less as well. Try to live off the bare minimum, especially for those whose incomes, streams of income got cut. For those people who don't have enough emergency funds, try to live off the bare minimum. Try to save and not do anything yet over the next few days and up until income gets restored again. Then, for those that have investable money, use this time to analyze, use this time so that you can think what your battle plan will be. Because I really believe this: as markets drop, there could be a lot of opportunities for you guys to create wealth. As markets have been pummeled down, as people are scared, there's a lot of opportunities still for you to be able to create wealth. And here, know this: wealth is created massively in times like this as well. So that I highly encourage you, since you don't have the ability to go out, try to consume as much information as possible. Try to use this time so that it propels you higher, it propels you forward. Try to use this time so that you become better in your finances. Try to use this time so that you become better in saving, budgeting, getting out of debt. That you use this time so that you learn how to position better in the stock market, learn how to invest more. Try to build that new skill that you have. Don't just spend a lot of time just playing Call of Duty. I know I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately. Those who follow me on Facebook, you've been seeing it. But don't just use your time just playing. Use this time to make you grow. Use this time to make you and propel you to take you higher as well. By the way, for those who are asking what's the main impact of this in the economy, I made this video. This is an interview with Alvin Ang. He's a renowned economist. He's with the Ateneo. You can look at this video. It's called "What's Happening to the Philippine Economy." There we talked about, and he explained also the impact of this, what differentiates this from the 2008 financial crisis to where we are today, and how should Filipinos pivot in all of this. And for those who asked why the market moved last Friday, it's because SSS and GSIS bought stocks massively. You can just go back to my YouTube wall if you want to watch this as well to be able to see what happens. And we have so much videos here that you can also consume in all of this: how to make 10 million pesos, cheap real estate finds in the Philippines, etc. They're all in YouTube. And by the way, for those who are most of your basic questions are already in YouTube. Everything that's general is already there, from cryptos to bonds to stocks to business, entrepreneurship, how to start, etc. We all have it in YouTube for all of you guys as well. And I'd super appreciate it, guys, if you can subscribe. I'm trying to make this a goal also, that I know for those who've been listening to me for quite some time, my goal is to have 10,000 videos. And it's exciting also that we're nearing the 100,000 subscriber mark. I never thought this would happen so quick, no, especially for a stock market channel, because I really thought that Filipinos are not interested in stock investing. But that's why I'm pushing hard to make a lot of videos every day, because I really believe that I want to change the narrative. I want to change how people think. I want to change how people see things. That instead of just complaining, I want people to find ways on how they can make their money work hard for them. That's why I'm making videos like this every day. And I really believe that the stock market is one of the greatest tools for people to make money over the long term. And by the way, this is a course with Chingitan. The link is in the description below. It's called Stock Market for Everyone. For those who want to learn the basics of the stock market, and you are just at home, you're doing nothing, and you want to learn about the stock market, I highly encourage you use this time for you to be able to build the skill on how you can invest in the stock market. Everything is in the description below. You just have to click it. All of the details that are there. It's a collaboration between me and Chinkitan on how you can learn the basics and the rudiments of investing in the stock market. And for our course, Make Money, Grow Money, this is for people who want to be an entrepreneur. These are for people who want to invest. These are for people who want to go into the stock market or start their own business. This is a collaboration with Sean Cinnamon, where we talk about business and investing. So the link is also in the description below. You just have to click it so you get enrolled into our course as well. And lastly, for those who want to learn via books, 5 books, Shopee, I believe, is open. Link is in the description below. And if you want to use this time for you to be able to learn, if you want to use this time for you to be able to know what the stock market is, what fundamental analysis is, what technical analysis is, where should you invest, or how at least you can have a passive source of income, or at least you can do passive investing. 5 books all about investing, all about the stock market. They're all available in Shopee for you guys as well. So there. I hope you guys stayed. We're at the 18-minute mark already, and on a time where we're living in something that's very, very different. It's so different to see the stock market close. We haven't seen this happen in a very, very long time. But I want to hear your thoughts. Comment any of your questions below, and I'll try to make videos off of that, because I have so much free time. There's no stock market. I'm not going out. Not much travels is going on as well. Not much travels is going on as well. Then all of the things that are happening in other businesses, of course, even our barber shop is also closed down. So there's so much free time. Comment what type of video you want me to make, and I'm gonna make it as well. If you got so much from this, super appreciated if you could press the like button, so that more and more Filipinos get to see this as well. So I guess that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.